You should never, ever, 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 ever have to do this much work to find out where a stat came from. Okay, I should be asleep right now or in bed, like winding down, but I made the mistake of opening my LinkedIn and I saw this post that said 70% of new jobs require a degree, while only 40% of potential applicants have one. And then I was really excited because the author of the post was like, links included in the comments below. Like, why are they in the comments below and not just in the text of what you're sharing? I don't know, like, let's not make the source of your information harder to find than it already is, but like, at least they shared the links, right? Wrong, because I clicked the first link, and this is exactly what is wrong with like data and reporting and like the culture around data and sharing information, and why misinformation like runs rampant. Like, this is a perfect example of that. So I click the link. It takes me to the Burning Glass Institute, where basically what this person shared on LinkedIn is like the headline right here. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe the Burning Glass Institute has done some research. Let me scroll down. So I scroll down and I see like, okay, like this is from 2022. It's 2024, but like 2022 is not that long ago, but like still context. Like, people are reporting things as if it's like breaking news. It's not breaking news that happened in 2022. And so I read this little article here and I come down to like the same effing sentence again. Like, what? This is the only sentence we have to describe these results. Here we go. Right here. The numbers are deceptively simple. Like, here we go. Saying that exact same thing again. I don't see any source, but I do see that it looks like it's hyperlinked. So I click on the hyperlink. And I'm like, great. Really excited to see the study. So click. I'm actually just going to show you clicking the hyperlink. So I know this is on my computer and it's weird, but I just can't recreate it on my phone. So we go down. This is the hyperlink. Click it. And it goes to this website about the paper ceiling. Okay, the paper ceiling. And the paper ceiling has, you know, some more compelling, I don't find it compelling, like some text that someone might read and find like really passionate and true just because it sounds true, right? And so I read through the text, it's like, oh my gosh, and like it's really for like, I don't know, some like ambiguous thing that's launching the fall of 2022. I don't understand what's going on, but like this is the source that's linked to, right? And so like right at the very bottom of this page, that gives like a similar but not exact fact, right? Like this page says 70% of new jobs insist on bachelor's degree, but fewer than 50% of workers have one. Bam, that's actually what it says. So it's like, okay, great. Eventually you get to at the bottom. I don't know why I said okay, great. But like, you know, it's the same sentence that's just like showing up again and again and again as like truth. If you go down to the very bottom of this page, before it gets to like whatever it is that they're launching, you'll see a little asterisk. And it says analysis of BLS EP and 2012/2019 CPS ASEC IPUMS. I highlighted it. Can you see it if I put it up here really close? It's not highlighting more because I clicked right at the bottom. I'll draw a graphic around it. Like, so that's the source. BLS EP 2012/2019 CPS ASEC IP. Like, maybe it's Bliss Epsips ASEC EPOMS. I have no effing idea. That's the source for this stat. That like now someone's sharing on LinkedIn, like it's breaking news, and like sharing a link, which makes it sound a link on LinkedIn, sharing a link that makes it sound more legit. And it just like links to these, in my opinion, random websites that don't tell you really where the data came from because it's like written in code. Maybe because I'm not like in the economics field, like I just don't know what these acronyms stand for, but like that little asterisk, that little note on like where the data came from, terrible reporting, terrible sharing of information. Like I'm appalled. Of course I Googled it to be like, maybe I can actually find the source of truth here, right? And like basically that I learned what the acronyms mean. BLSEP is like the Bureau of Labor Statistics Employment Projections. Okay, so like that seems like a real, that doesn't seem like that's a real database. That's a government database that exists. And then the CPS ASEC is actually from the census. It's the Current Population Survey Annual Social and Economic Supplement. So like, okay, like that also census, legitimate source of data. And then IPUMS is a organization that provides census and survey data around the world, integrated across time and space. I don't really know very much about it. So, but like, okay, so basically like this means it's from 2012/2019 government data. That was a lot of work to get there. And like, I'm still unclear on like, how are these analyses done? What does the sample look like? Did you use all of the census data? How does the Bureau of Labor Statistics create these numbers? Like, I'm sure if I really wanted to, I can dig into and learn all of that, but I'm going to be honest with you, like, I don't. I'm distracted by this hair on my sweatshirt. I don't really want to dig into all of that. And my point is, you shouldn't have to, because when you see some like dramatic, salacious, sexy stat like that, immediately underneath it shouldn't be some like ambiguous link's not ambiguous, link to an ambiguous website that gives you like a secret code you have to unpack to figure out where the data came from. Like, they should just tell you. Be like, here's this really interesting or not so interesting fact, and it came from these people during this year. How hard would that be to do? Maybe hard, right? Because you'd have to go to all these places and figure out how they did their analyses and what people are included. But like, if you don't have the time, patience, knowledge, expertise to do that, don't share information on the internet or anywhere like it's truth. Before people come at me about not recognizing the acronyms, I just want to say I actually have analyzed and looked at data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Census and the American Community Survey, and I didn't recognize those acronyms all slammed together at the bottom of the thing. So the fact that like people who are not familiar with those databases are also looking at the statistic and having to unpack where it came from, like, the acronyms was not the way to go.